There was once a man who believed he knew everything. Accomplished, well-read, and proud, he wore his intelligence like a crown. But one day, his quest for understanding led him to a quiet mountaintop, seeking a Zen master whose wisdom was whispered in reverent tones. The man was a professor, a scholar of philosophy and logic. His bookshelves groaned under the weight of knowledge. Yet something gnawed at him, a restlessness, a gap in his understanding of peace and presence. When he heard of the Zen master, he traveled far and wide to meet him, eager for enlightenment. Upon arrival, the master welcomed him with a silent nod and motioned for him to sit. The professor, without pause, began speaking about doctrines, theories, and the teachings he had already studied. He barely noticed the master preparing tea. As the professor continued to speak, the Zen master poured tea into his cup. It filled quickly, yet the master didn't stop. The hot liquid rose to the rim, then spilled over the sides, soaking the wooden table. Still, the master poured calmly, as though nothing were wrong. The professor's eyes widened. He shifted in, his seat increasingly agitated. The tea continued to overflow. Drops hit the floor. The silence between the master's actions and the professor's monologue became unbearable. Unable to restrain himself any longer, the professor exclaimed, "Why do you keep pouring? Can't you see the cup is already full?" The master gently placed the teapot down, looked into the professor's eyes, and said, "Like this cup, your mind is full of opinions, assumptions, and conclusions. There is no room for new understanding. How can I teach you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" The words struck the professor harder than any philosophical text he had ever read. He sat in silence, humbled. In that moment, he realized the truth. Wisdom begins not by adding, but by removing, not by knowing more, but by letting go. And so he stayed, day after day, learning not through debate, but through silence, presence, and listening. In life, our minds are often overflowing, with judgment, with fear, with past knowledge. But only when we let go of what we think we know can we truly learn. To embrace life's teachings, we must first make space for them. Keep your cup empty so your soul can be full.